Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
No, that's not really so. He was going to be here. And then I got a phone call that said, really feeling 100%. So I guess he came down with something. He's feeling a bit rough. Feels like rubbish. Feels like under the weather. Feels like a dog. We said that yesterday, as a matter of fact. And he may have caught a bug. I don't know what any of those mean. I just know that he sounded unwell when I talked to him last night. Because he was all ready. He was pumped. He was psyched. He wanted to come in. He wanted to see you today. In particular, you. He wanted to see you and talk to you. But no, he's not well. So he'll be here tomorrow. At least that's what he's looking forward to. And so am I. But really, those of you that are here right now, do you really care? Do you? No, I don't think you do. I don't think you do. Welcome to Pat Unleashed on the Blaze Television and Radio Network. Thank you for coming along for the ride today. One of the big stories breaking yesterday was that we have a new cyber attack, and it is forced the shutdown of JBS's U.S. beef plants. This will not stand. I will not have steaks and hamburgers cut off from America. No. The Brazil-based JBS is the world's largest meat producer, and it has shuttered all of the U.S.-based beef plants. Wait, what? Yeah, they shut them down. Now, they said that they hope they're going to be operational today or tomorrow. They're only going to shut them down for a little bit. But they impacted the plants in Arizona, Texas, Nebraska, Colorado, Wisconsin, Utah, Michigan, Pennsylvania. 66,000 workers across 84 U.S.-based locations. So we have a new cyber attack on that company. And they believe that they've talked to the government. I don't know that we're, using the government to negotiate, but they said that it's an organized cyber security attack, and it had impacted some of its computer systems in North America and Australia, and they noted that it would take time to resolve the cybersecurity breach and warned, it may delay certain transactions with customers and suppliers. Oh, okay. Now, no big surprise. The union said, hey, you're still going to pay our workers, right? You're shutting down the plants. We don't care that America doesn't have their steaks and their beef and their bacon, but our workers need to be paid. Yeah, we'll make sure that's okay. All right. Now, we'll see. They didn't say what the attack was going to do. They didn't say how much it was going to cost them to get back online. They did say that they believe it was an organization, a criminal organization based in Russia. And that criminal organization, I think, goes by the name of R Evil. Maybe it's R Evil or Revil, but it's R Evil. And it was fascinating. We touched on it a little bit yesterday on Chewing the Fat, my daily podcast, about the ransomware attacks and the negotiators. There was a big story in the New Yorker over the weekend that had this guy who is a negotiator for these cyber attackers. It was a fascinating article. Curtis Minder is his name. And he said that he didn't even think he was going to do something like this. And about a year ago, he got a call and started dealing with these cyber attackers, these criminal organizations, and dealing with them and negotiating with them for the amount. These companies all over the world, specifically here in the U.S., are the companies that he's dealing with, where they get hacked and they call him and negotiate. Insurance companies that have insured companies against cyber attacks use him, and they negotiate a price and to get the computer systems back online. And it's been going on now these companies they're making big money. Everybody's getting a cut, right? It's a good gig. He's getting a cut for negotiating with the cyber attackers. The companies are getting their computer systems back up and running for a cheaper price than what they're being asked for. Like, we'll let you back in, countdown clock has started for, a couple $100,000. And the insurance company will say, we're not going to pay that. We'll pay $50,000. And so he talks them down to $50,000, or he talks them down to $75,000, or whatever is comfortable from the company and the insurance company. If you don't have insurance, now you're talking about negotiating even on a tougher level. Really fascinating that this is going on, and we don't know if it's backed by the government of Russia. I wonder if Putin could have anything to do with that. I wonder if he could. I don't know. North Korea has their state attackers who have already admitted to attacking other companies and U.S. and globally. This JBS, the meat company, that's a global company. They have 150, couple 100,000 employees around the globe for their company. So, that's a big deal. That's whatever the pay is going to be. Here's your Bitcoin. Get us back online. No problem. We got to have the American look. Yeah, okay. You can take away our gasoline. We can still walk to the store and get hamburger. We can still walk to the store and get our hot dogs and bacon. You start taking that away, and you start thinking about, prices on that ground beef have gone up quite a bit. Yeah, it's going to go up a lot when there's not any out there. And their product, you think about the company and the millions of pounds of meat that are now just sitting. Well, they're just sitting. They're not being processed. They're just going bad. That's huge. So they are going to want to get back online fast, and it's not going to be a pretty sight to have all that rotted hamburger. Get it to the stores now. Give it out free right now. Let's have it. JBS, let's go. Give it. I want it free. I want free meat from this company before it goes bad. Okay. That's 1/5 of the U.S. beef production from this company. Just amazing. Just incredible that this can happen, and we're allowing it to happen. And I know the Biden administration is on it. I feel comfortable that they are on it. They're working, making sure that this is being taken care of, and I'm sure that they're not going to stand for it. They've already said that they've engaged directly with the Russian government on this matter, and we're delivering the message that responsible states do not harbor ransomware criminals. So I feel good. I feel good that this administration, our president, is on it. I feel really good, and especially after yesterday. He was so good in Tulsa. It was so great. He gave his speech, and we talked a little bit about it yesterday. I'm really, really tired of being backed into the racism corner. Really tired of it, and I've about had enough. And I don't know where. I think we all know where they want it to go. We have the clip from what is that guy's from the first we'll just tell you what Joe Biden thinks about white supremacy yesterday in Tulsa.
The joint session of Congress, according to the intelligence community, terrorism from white supremacy is the most lethal threat to the homeland today.
Wait, what?
Not ISIS, not Al-Qaeda, white supremacists.
Oh. Yes, it sure is. Not ISIS. Nothing about cyber terrorism. Nothing. All about white supremacy is the most lethal threat to the homeland. Right? It's not homeland, it's the homeland from our president. And it's agonizing. And where they want us to go, the black militia told us exactly how they feel.
Now, because when it's time, that hand, because that time comes with the rat-tat-tat. And when that time is coming and rat-tat-tat, cracker, we'll kill everything white in sight. They ain't right.
Kill everything white in sight.
What you have done to us. All what you done with a 6,000 year span of killing 600 million of us and 480 years in particular and 150 million in the past. That time, that day is up because this is the time and this is the state of the race of dress because they are a race. They're trying to hold on to power because race has beginning and an ending. And your Indian time has been up since 1914. No good Peckerwood. No good Peckerwood. Rebirth of the black nation and the salvation of us in the hells of North America and throughout the African world of Pan-Africanism. This is the time when Malcolm talked about. A time that we put our difference to the side. Yes. And when we come out with a united front. Yes. And that united front today is all the black, revolutionary, progressive, strong, uncompromising organizations here in the hells of North America that will give this cracker hell from the cradle to the grave.
Differences aside, it didn't sound like there were a lot of differences going on with all those people. Time to put our differences aside. So we're being backed into the racist corner. No question about it. And
that's true.
I've had just about enough because me thinking I'm not racist or you thinking you're not racist means that you are. No question. No question about it. If that's the problem, that your whiteness means that you're racist, even though you don't think you're racist. That's just the way it is. Now, while our president believes that everything is racist in its own way, there are people out there that really oppose the critical race theory and oppose racism and really believe in America and what it stands for and that everyone can succeed. And it's nice to hear.
Daddy teaches you can be anything in this world that you want to be, right? Don't Daddy teach you that?
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if you're black or white or any color.
Doesn't matter if you're black, white, brown, yellow. Right?
Black.
And how we treat people is based on who they are and not what color they are.
And if they're nice and smart.
See, this is how children think right here. Critical race theory wants to end that. Not with my children. It's not gonna happen. My baby's gonna know that no matter what she wants to be in life, all she has to do is work hard, and she can become that.
Work hard, even though you don't know anyone. You can make friends.
Yeah, you can make friends, no matter what color they are. So we need to stop CRT. Period. Point blank. Children do not see skin color, man.
Amen.
They love everybody. If they're good people, they love them.
I may play that. I should just just let that play as a loop for America to hear from the Pat Gray Unleashed program today. I mean, that's incredible. That right there speaks of America. And when you deal with people one-on-one, but you start getting into the groups and you start having our President of the United States of America tell us that all of his people, this is not coming from him now, these are reports, the number one threat to the homeland. Well, I'll let him tell you again. The number one threat.
The joint session of Congress, according to the intelligence community, terrorism from white supremacy is the most lethal threat to the homeland today. Not ISIS, not Al-Qaeda, white supremacists.
They keep pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. And he had a few other things to say yesterday that were, well, agonizing. But we'll get to that as well. And we'll also get to, Joe just being Joe yesterday. He can't help himself. Jill is off, I think, on another vacation. So she's not even with him. So he's on his own, right? And we've seen what's been going on with Joe being Joe now that he's on his own out there on the road without somebody grabbing him by the elbow saying, dude, you shouldn't do that. I think all the guy eats now is ice cream He doesn't need anything else, either that or pudding, because we had him eating chocolate chip last week when he was on the road, and then he had another ice cream moment yesterday in Tulsa that was, well, Joe being Joe, and we'll get to that in a moment. So how's your back? How's your knees? Your neck? Your shoulder? How's everything? You feeling it? Have you tried to rub some kind of fluid on you? Have you dipped yourself in some kind of lube that's supposed to help you feel better and it doesn't work? Well, let me tell you about Omega XL. The number one underlying cause for that back, knee, neck, shoulder pain is inflammation. You have to beat the inflammation, or it causes permanent damage. Now, Omega XL, backed by 35 years of clinical research, attacks the inflammation that's causing your pain. It's actually quite brilliant. Pain relievers, the topical rubs that we talked about, are just masking the problem, even if you dip yourself in it. Even if you just dip yourself into the rub and come out with it, it's not going to work. Omega XL neutralizes the inflammation that causes painful stiff joints and muscles. So one doctor talked about how she, with her prescription pad, couldn't write anything that comes close to doing what Omega XL does. That's pretty incredible. So if you're suffering from aches and pains and stiffness, try Omega XL. You know what? Let's get you started today. Order Omega XL now and get a second bottle free. Visit OmegaXL.com. OmegaXL.com/Pat. OmegaXL.com/Pat. Get you a second bottle free. OmegaXL.com/Pat. Now, you can use the telephone if you want. 1-800-844-4888. 800-844-4888. 800-844-4888. Or you can just go to OmegaXL.com/Pat.
Pat Gray.
So you can tweet the program at Pat Unleashed, or you can tweet to my Twitter account at JeffyJFR on Twitter, and you can there's Facebook, Jeff Fisher Radio, Instagram, Jeff Fisher Radio, Parler, Jeff Fisher. I was thinking that Parler's actually gone, but it does exist. I actually looked yesterday. It does exist on their website, and but the app is gone. Now, they said that the app was back, but you can't get it through the Play Store on your Android, but you can get it from a side app. I don't know. They're just dead. They said, we let them back. Did you? Did you let them back? Today's your day, though. 888-900-3393 is the phone number here at Pat Unleashed on the Blaze Radio Network. 888-900-3393. Today's your day. I'm sitting here all alone in the Blaze Radio Studios, the Pat Unleashed Studios. If you got something to get off your chest, go ahead and use that phone number, 888-900-3393, and get it off your chest this morning. All right, let's do that. You can also, if you're one of the people that say to yourself, "Wow, I think I missed part of the show," you can download the podcast too. I know, it's incredible, available wherever podcasts are sold, and it's free. So, yeah, that's the way I want my hamburger from the GDA Meat Company. That's what I want. I want them to give me free meat now because it's before it goes bad. I'm here for you. So anyway, yesterday, President Joseph Robinette Biden in Tulsa, we saw the day before, over the weekend. It's really over the weekend when he talked about the girl on stage with him. That was really, really weird.
I'm honored to be joined today by Governor Northam and by two great representatives of the Commonwealth, Congressman Laurie and Congressman Scott. And I want to thank you for all that you do to represent these service veterans, because they're devoted to you.
Do you?
The family members, the caregivers, survivors.
Yeah.
Call Virginia home.
Oh, wait, that's a little girl over
I'm
there.
especially honored to share the stage with Brittany and Jordan and Nathan and Margaret
Look
Catherine.
at Margaret Catherine over there.
I love those barrettes in her hair, man.
Oh, boy.
I tell you what. Look at her. She looks like she's 19 years old sitting there with her.
Easy,
like a
Joe.
little
Back
lady.
off. Come back to life. Come back.
Brittany,
Okay, we're
you're
back.
doing triple.
Holy cow. Wow. So yesterday in Tulsa, he's speaking to, the horrific actions that happened in Tulsa. And it was 100 years ago, and it was disgusting how it happened. But, I know that it was disgusting. And I just believe that we have to get past. It hasn't happened in over 100 years because we moved on. It was so horrific. But he, went there to celebrate the 100-year anniversary and talk about white supremacy and how bad it is and how it's the most lethal threat to the homeland in today's world. And he, as he was getting ready to give his Tulsa racism, white supremacy speech,
Thank you. Please, if you have a seat, sit down. And I got to make one check.
Oh, hey, easy. Ooh, this is where Jill, if she was there, she would have went, oh, no, Joe, what are you doing? No, come back to the podium. What are you doing? Oh, yeah. Oh. What are you doing? Oh, yeah, these are my daughters. Please go back to the podium. Get away from me, please. Yeah. Oh, boy. Dude, what are you doing?
I just had to make sure the two girls got ice cream when this is over.
I just had to go over and talk to the two little girls and make sure they get ice cream. Now, I will say it was pointed out, aside from the fact of, dude, what are you doing? Aside from that fact of Joe being Joe and really creepy with little girls and the mom, go back to the podium. Yeah, go back to the podium. Aside from that fact, it's interesting that Mr. White Supremacy is the most lethal threat to the homeland is there in Tulsa to talk about the act of, terrorism really, but the act of terrorism against the Tulsa residents 100 years ago, that he picked out the two white kids in the front row to get ice cream. It is interesting, isn't it? It is interesting that he would do that. Just
I wonder what kind of ice cream he wanted to give them,
Don't make me start thinking about what kind of ice cream Joe wanted.
Maybe vanilla.
No.
Chocolate chip.
Thank you. That's what he got. He got to get some chocolate chip. That's what he needed. Because I'm not even going to start with the what flavor ice cream he needed. It's really bad. I mean, somebody needs to reel him in. Right? I mean, Jill's just gone now. She just left. She's out. She's had enough. I can't do it anymore. She went on vacation again. It's really creepy. Really, really creepy. And I want it to stop. I want it to stop now. Now, I will say that I know that Kamala Harris was in the news, and love her, the vice president. She's wonderful. I mean that with every ounce of me in there. She's wonderful. And we put her in charge of the border, and she's on it. She's on that immigration thing. I know that there was a big thing, she's done so much. She's walked the entire border, and she's been down there dealing with everything. Yeah, she really hasn't at all done any of that. And in fact, there was, now we're getting stories from CNN that are talking about Kamala and her staff wanting to distance themselves from the southern border. Why would you want to distance yourself from something that the president of the United States, your direct boss, in fact, really in government, her only direct boss, except for the people. Never mind that. People don't, they don't matter. What matters is what we think. Oh, you minions out there, the people. Don't be silly. How dare you? How dare you even mention the public? Those were the rioters Those were the hateful whites in this country. Okay, but she did an interview. I mean, before this interview, her office is talking about how they were trying to distance herself from the border and not be a part of it. It was really strange. I mean, I guess President Biden caught them off guard. I mean, he didn't call them. He didn't say, Kamala, I'm going to go out and talk, and we're going to mention that, hey, you know what? I just thought of it here, standing here. I'm going to put you in charge of the border. You go down there, you figure it out. And Kamala's like, no, that's not what I do. Well, yeah, you're the vice president. You go ahead. You go ahead and tear it up. But she had an interview with Mika on Morning Joe, which was, I mean, great. Just great. And she gave an exclusive interview with Mika. And they saw eye to eye on a number of things. But she wanted to tell people, exactly how she does things.
No for breakfast.
Wait, what?
This is what she tells those she mentors.
I eat no for breakfast.
I eat
so
for
have
breakfast.
I been told many times during my career things from, oh, you're too young, it's not your turn, they're not ready for you, no one like you has done it before. I've heard all of those things many times over the course of my career, but I didn't listen. And I would encourage anyone who's been told that, whatever their gender, to not listen, because again, don't be encumbered by the inability of others to see the potential of who you are.
I eat no for breakfast. I didn't listen. This sounds very male and successful.
It's really important to recognize
male and successful.
The limitations that other people have based on their expectations and to not impose that on oneself.
One could say that it's, some of that is actually good advice. One could say that. But then when you hear about how she became successful, what she was being told from, what was his name in California? Willie Brown, that helped her become successful, where she was having an affair with Willie for years that helped her. I don't know what she was being told. And I don't know that she was always eating no with Willie. I don't know that. The word N-O, not the K-N-O-W. No. I don't know what she was eating with Willie. But I do know that some of what she was saying there is, if you believed her, if she was actually a believable, decent human being, you might say that it's good advice. But it's not the advice from our father, who told his daughter and told us that, oppose critical race theory and all people should get along no matter their color, just because they're nice. The daughter is adorable, and I don't want to say that, because then it makes me sound like a good guy, and I don't want to be a good guy. I still want to be that. I don't want to be that person. But I do want to say that the dad is right. And Kamala is agonizing because she doesn't believe it. Not for a second does she believe it. She's the same person that talked about believing the female that said Joe Biden attacked her, sexually molested her. But I guess that's okay, because she compromised and said, well, being vice president, probably worth just overlooking that. Oh, okay. So you believe in those morals and what you believe. I mean, you believe in those 100%, don't you, Kamala? Don't you? Yeah, you sure do. As long as it advances your career, right? Right. Whole lot more here on Pat Unleashed today. Jeff Fisher in for Pat. He's unwell today. If you got something to get off your chest, now's the time to do it. 888-900-3393. More in a moment. Welcome to it. Pat Gray Unleashed. Jeff Fisher in for Pat this morning. Thank you for coming along for the ride today. 888-900-3393 is the phone number. Oh my gosh. People are actually calling with things to get off their chest. I guess I have to go to them, I guess. I mean, you can tweet us as well, at Pat Unleashed, at JeffyJFR. Some of the tweets that are coming in from cornstarch crusader. Isn't it strange that cyber attacks just happen to be on the industries that the left is strongly against? It is, isn't it? Thank goodness there can't be a cyber attack on climate. Amen. Amen. From Carl Smith, I guess white supremacists really are the biggest terrorist threat against the American homeland. After all, the Russians who shut down 20% of our meat production are white. Yeah, that's a fine point. But I was, it isn't all Russians, although it does seem that they are the majority, at least coming from Russia, with the cyber attacks. And it's incredible that the negotiating story of the guy that's now, making a living, negotiating with these cyber. It's incredible the amount of money that they're getting, and they're just willing to deal. They just got, we want $500,000, or you can't have your computer system back. Well, I'll tell you what, we'll give you $150,000. Is that all you can give us? Yeah. Okay. All right, we'll take it. Well, oh, wait, what? Yeah, that's fine. We'll take the $150,000. Here you go. Thank you. No problem. We're gone. Give us the money. We're out. Wow. Okay. I want to say from Rowdy Introvert, who was saying that dip yourself in some kind of lube is not an ideal way to start the morning. I would agree with that, but I wasn't necessarily talking about what you're talking about, Rowdy. Oh, speaking of Rowdy, just as a side note, he created a movie poster with me on it over the weekend that I thought was pretty awesome. Do we have the movie poster from the Fast and the Curious? There it is. Fast and the Curious created this movie poster. That was really, really funny, Fast and Curious. And I want to thank him because, I didn't realize I got to put this on my IMDb for making that happen. It looks really good with all of the stars actually being, me, Jeffy Fisher, Jeff Fisher, Surferino Pescador, and Jeffrey Fisher, all there as the Fast.
Is that certified fresh?
Thank you. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Ron, you are on Pat Unleashed. How in the world are you?
Jeffy, thanks for sitting in, buddy. Hey, I'm glad you brought up Willie Brown because I think America has forgotten that we got a former call girl as a VP, and we got some creepy pedophile as a president.
Right. I know.
My goodness.
I don't understand it either, and they really have forgotten because it's washed away. It's just forgotten about. I'm sure that she would say that I wasn't a call girl. Oh, okay, sure, we got you, no problem. You eat no for breakfast. Thanks, Ron. I appreciate it very much. He's right. Those things just go away. And again, we talk about Kamala, her strong moral convictions. Yes, says I'm running for president of the United States. Joe Biden, bad guy, hate him. Yes, I believe the accusers, and especially the accuser that accused him. Oh my gosh, I believe her. Hey, Kamala, want to be vice president? Sure, yeah, I want to be vice president. Well, you're going to have to, forget about that whole, sexual assault thing and stuff. What sexual assault? Look at the time.
I eat no for breakfast.
Thank you. Yeah, I know you do. Kamala. I know you do. Okay? Oh, my gosh. So bad. All right, so one last thing on race, and then we'll kind of move on. I want to talk about the doctor who was he was the top medical journal editor. All right, so he was ousted over a podcast interview where he talked about we've talked a lot over the past few weeks, or at least few months, however long Biden's been president of the United States, and we've talked about racism being in the medical profession, and you'd think to yourself, wait, it's medical profession, isn't it just doctors treating humans. That's what they do. No, he talked about how it shouldn't be. I mean, he believes that, and you can't do that. He was part of the editing people at the medical journal. Yeah, he's gone. He was there for like 10 years. You're out. Take care. You believe what? You believe that racism shouldn't be involved in the medical profession? What?
How dare you?
Thank you. Get out. Get out. And he's moved on. He's seen the error of his ways. He didn't have anything to do with the podcast. He didn't have anything to do with the way it was promoted. But I feel like the association is going to be better if I just move on with my life. Oh, okay. No problem, Doc. You take care then. All right. You take care. Now, let's move on to our friends. We've talked about North Korea, and we've talked about Russia, and we've got a whole bunch of friends in China, and I love them. I'm happy to be a part and have China, be a part of our lives. I don't know about you. We do know now that a 41-year-old man in China, in the eastern province of Jiangsu, has been confirmed with the first human case of the bird flu. It's a rare strain, though, of this particular bird flu, known as H1N3. Oh, it's just a new strain, a rare strain? Yeah, don't worry about it, though. It's one guy. There's all kinds of different strains of the bird flu. They're in China some of the time, here and there. But a month ago, they put him in the hospital, and then he since was diagnosed with H1N3 a month later. Oh, okay, it took you a month? Yeah, he's in stable condition. In fact, he's ready to be discharged. He's fine. And we went ahead and took it all, looked at all the people around him as close contacts, and we didn't find any other cases. We sure about that? Yeah, no other cases of human infection with H1N3 have been reported. So he's fine. Don't worry about it. It's a relatively less severe disease in poultry, and it's unlikely to cause a large-scale outbreak. So, don't worry about it. The World Health Organization, the source of the patient's exposure to the virus is really not known at this time. We don't know where it came from. And we've looked at some of the other cases around the area. There hasn't been any human-to-human transmission, so we're fine. As long as the avian flu viruses circulate in poultry, there's going to be a few times here and there when a human gets it. We know that. You know that. Don't worry about it, okay? Move on with your life, all right? Quit your whining, because I'm sick of hearing about it, okay? Now, we're to believe now that the coronavirus, COVID-19, didn't come from the lab in China. Well, it may have come from the lab, but it came from a bat that somebody sold at the market, and then somebody ate the bat. They had bat soup, and we all know yum, yum, yum bat soup. Sprinkle a little salt and pepper, and maybe a little bit of Heinz ketchup, and man, there's nothing like gnawing on a good juicy bat, right? Am I right? You know what's even better is fair bats when they deep fry them. Oh man, I love deep fried bats. How about you? No would be the answer at any point in time. Okay. Hey, how about a bat? How about no? I'm good.
You can't knock it till you try it.
That's actually a fair point. So I will. You know what? No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. If I didn't know, maybe. There's a lot of jokes in that as well, and I'm just letting them go. But if I didn't know, maybe you take a bite and you go, oh, what is that? Oh, it tastes like chicken. Does it? Okay. All right. Okay. I don't want to eat bat. I don't want to eat bat. All right. But they're claiming now that, we went forever that we couldn't say it was from the lab. We couldn't say it was China done either by accident or deliberate. We found out that it wasn't from a bat. We found out that they did tests to try to give it to a bat so that they could then have someone contract it from the bat. They couldn't do that. So it was really most likely some person, dropped a vial in the lab. Oh, hey, what was that? Oh, no, was that coronavirus stuff we were working on, COVID-19? Yeah. Oh, you should be fine. Nope. They had scientists that were sick in November that they're admitting to. Remember, we've talked about this before, that there were a number of doctors who said in 2019, in the fall, late summer, early fall, that they had treated patients, and we all knew people that were sick that said, is it the flu? No, doc, it wasn't the flu, but it was just some kind of illness. I mean, many believe now that probably was COVID-19, coronavirus, because they didn't know what it was. They didn't test positive for the flu, and they didn't test positive for anything else. So they were just treating these patients, go home and we'll take the flu medicine. Maybe it'll work. Maybe it won't. You just move on with your life. Now, we believe now that some of those people who, and most of them, I'm guessing, survived that strain. But those that did were the ones who they're saying were immune to it now. Oh, okay. And they don't even know how long that lasts now. They don't even know how the immunity lasts. We talked about that yesterday. Incredible. And they're saying that perhaps if you got the flu, the early swine flu back in the 2000s, that you're now immune to the coronavirus. Who knows? Really, who knows? We'll go through some of the lab leak theories. The press beat up anyone who talked about that particular talk. It leaked from the China lab. No, it didn't. And you're talking about conspiracy theories. And now we're to believe that, it probably could have. Yeah, we're not going to say we're wrong, but it probably did come from there now. But what about all the times you beat people up? Yeah, we're not worried about that right now. Oh, okay. No problem then. When it comes to car and home insurance, don't we deserve better? That's the question. And of course the answer is, why, yes. I mean, if you answer no to that, walk away from your life right now. Everyone deserves better car and home insurance. So I've got a way for you to test your policy by turning to Gabi, Gabi. It literally stands for Get a Better Insurance. Getting better insurance with Gabi means a better price for the same insurance coverage. And I didn't even know something like that existed. And you get the true comparison with real rates. They give you apples-to-apple comparison of your current coverage with 40 of the top insurance providers, like Progressive, Nationwide, Travelers, all in one place. Now, I tried Gabi, and I came back and said, yeah, your insurance is great. You pay great prices. You get great coverage. Here's what all the other insurance costs and coverage. Amazing. It's free to use. I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't want to do this and get a better insurance and cheaper. Gabi customers save $961 a year on average. And they never sell your info, which I do love about that. Never sell your info. So you're not going to get, annoying spam or robocalls from other insurance companies. Gabi, put your policy to the test like I did. Get a better insurance with Gabi. It's totally free to check, and there's no obligation. Go to Gabi.com/unleashed. 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 Gabi. Do I have to say it again for you? Gabi.com/unleashed. Wow.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Oh, Pat's not here. right, you don't need to. I'll turn my mic on and off. All right, I don't know. It's behind the scenes little info going on here right now, but I'm still saying stuff, and I realize, wait, why am I not hearing myself? Hey, turn my mic off. No. See, that's a problem. That's a problem.
Stop being a diva. Do the show.
888-900-3393 is the phone number. Also going on in China, we'll get back to the COVID-19 thing, but I want you to know that China also has just allowed, they're going to start allowing people to have a third child. Isn't that great? That is so nice of them. I mean, don't you want to live in a country like China where they tell you, 2 kids, that's it. And if we don't like one of them, zip.
I love Chinese people too, but come on.
Thank you. That's one of my favorite clips in the world. It's becoming one of my favorites. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of really good ones. But that one right there
I love Chinese people too, but come on.
is awesome. Because, he's just trying to sell a product. That's the ShamWow guy, right? The ShamWow guy, is that right? Yeah. He's awesome. He's just trying to sell a product. So his stuff is still made in China too, whether you believe it or not. I was looking at a cup that my daughter got for her birthday. There's some, silly, stupid saying on it, like all the cups have. But it was really cute and wonderful, and it was a cute little birthday honor cup. But it's made in China. The process of getting it here to America and shipped to your house from Amazon goes through British Columbia, then it comes to Virginia, and it started in China, and then it ships to your house in Texas. It's a wonderful thing. Just know that it was made in China. That's all you need to know. Goes through Canada, back into the States. Happy birthday.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Welcome to it. 888-900-3393 is the phone number here on Pat Unleashed. Pat is still under the weather, unwell. I talked to him last night, and I actually got him started laughing about something, and he started coughing, and I was like, ooh, that's not good. So that's a good idea that you stay home, because I don't want you infecting me with whatever you have. He said it's not COVID, and so, okay. I don't know that it's possible. It's possible that he has the H1N1 bird flu from China. He could be case number 2 on the globe. I don't know that. I'm just saying it's possible.
Maybe he had a fried bat,
He could have had a fried bat. A couple people have commented about that on Twitter. Cornstarch talked about don't forget the garlic. We learned that from the documentary Crocodile Done Too, that bats need lots of garlic. I'd forgotten about that clip. I went to look. Is that from? I think that's from 2, right? One of the guides where he comes up and he eats the bat, takes a bite out of it, and says it needs garlic. And then, I love the Crocodile Dundee movies. Come on, who doesn't?
Niner.
And then we had someone ask about a new segment of Will Jeffy JFR Eat It? Air fried bat with Heinz ketchup. It'd be a fun bit. Although I don't know that even the greatness of Heinz ketchup could save the taste of a bat. I don't know. Heinz is pretty good, man, but 57 varieties of herbs and spices, and I don't know that it could save a bat. Paul, you are on Pat Unleashed on Wednesday morning. How in the world are you? Hello, Paul. Okay, well, we won't go to Paul on the phone then. That's fine. I'll just talk to myself. I'll go back to talking to myself. Is Paul not there?
Can you hear me?
Yes, Paul, I can.
All right. Well, I've been talking up a blue streak while you can't hear me. Anyway,
we'll go back to the beginning then. Rewind yourself.
First of all, okay, I'll try. Anyway, all right. So here we are. Good morning. Happy day to you. First of all, let's hope that Pat gets healthy. And prayers are always out there for you guys. We love you.
Thank you.
I have a bone to pick with Patrick. All right. Okay. Every time he plays a video, he talks over it.
Right.
I'm a deaf man. I'm a disabled veteran. I'm a paid subscriber, brother.
Thank you.
I'm a true believer to Brother Glenn's church, baby. All right. Anyway, it is one of those things that when I'm watching and or listening, and he says, now listen to this video, and then he does all of his, and whatever it is. But it's maddening and it's terrible radio. If I was listening to it on the radio, I couldn't. And it'd be one of those things.
I've had just about enough of your complaints, sir. This is not the complaint line.
Isn't it bad? Isn't it terrible?
No, it is not. It's funny. This is not the complaint line. The customer is not always right. Thank you. Oh, darn! Look at that. We're having phone problems. Darn, Paul, are you still there? Oh, no, it cut him off. Oh, no. He'll have to call back on the complaint line again, and we'll take it again. I mean, thank you for subscribing. We appreciate it. BlazeTV.com/Jeffy, Jeffy. I mean, Pat, P-A-T, right? I believe that's the promo code. Jeffy, this is Pat Unleashed show, so you can try Jeffy too. I mean, whatever. BlazeTV.com/Pat or Jeffy. Get you probably some kind of discount. If you really, the big discounts go to the man down the hall. So, if you go to, obviously, I want to have, Pat get the link. So go to blazetv.com/Pat. Save all the money you can. But, just saying. You could use the Jeffy link too. Anyway, this is not the complaint line. All right, I know I told you if you had problems, you could get it off your chest. That was a lie. 888-900-3393. You can absolutely call and get things off your chest. But this is not the complaint line, okay? You have a complaint, email me. Email me at chewingthefat@theblaze.com, and you'll get through. I'll put you right to the complaint person, and you'll be dealt with appropriately, okay? Wow. Nancy, you are on Blaze Pat Unleashed program. Hello, how are you?
I'm fine, and it's so nice to see you. What would they do without you?
That's a good question. That's a good question. But my comment and question is that for all the impeachment that they tried with Trump, Biden took an oath, so did his second in command there. Take
an oath to serve and protect. Is there no one that can step up and attempt to do impeachment with the two of them and what they're doing to the country?
I mean, that's a frightening thought. When you think about getting rid of, let's say, even just Joe Biden. Thank you, Nancy. I appreciate it very much, and thanks for watching and listening. But you think about that. Wow. Let's say we get rid of Joe, and we do that, and it feels like they're setting that up to happen. I mean, he's lost in the weeds, literally lost in the dandelion weeds. And, it feels like we're setting that up to get rid of him. Well, I mean, then you have Kamala, right, to take over the helm. She's a healthy, strong American female, man. She's going nowhere. She is going nowhere. I mean, she eats no for breakfast, my friends.
I eat no for breakfast.
Thank you. She's going nowhere, and you think Biden is bad. She is agonizing and will be even worse. I mean, you think it's Joe Biden that's doing all of the, we just got news again that his administration is suspending all oil and gas leases in Alaska's Arctic National Wildlife Refuge, just pending a deeper look at the environmental impacts of drilling in the sensitive region. That's all. That's all we're doing. I mean, maybe we should just say, the oil and gas leases in Alaska, those belong to Russia. Oh, okay. We'll let that pipeline stand then. That's fine. Don't worry about that old Russian pipeline. Well, here in America, we need a closer look at a deeper look at the environmental impacts of drilling in the sensitive region. Do you? Do you? Okay. All right. Thank you. Appreciate it. I mean, she is, and she'll be worse. Look how well she's handled the immigration on the border. She's right on that because she cares, man. She cares about that. There's no doubt about it. She cares. Now you talk about, and then, okay, so let's say we get rid of her. Then who's next? Who's next in line after Kamala? Nancy Pelosi, Speaker of the House? Okay. How great would she be? Huh? I mean, the line of succession is a little frightening, a little scary. And so I don't know, I don't know what you do. You saw that, the guys that hung the banner at Yankee Stadium, Trump won, how well they were treated. Yeah, they were treated great. And you say you miss Donald Trump. Well, I saw an interview, bits and pieces of an interview with, I think it was Dick Morris, Dick, bro. He was on Newsmax, and he was talking to Dick. I heard a little bit of former President Trump on the Dan Bongino show, but this interview on Newsmax, he covered the vaccines, he covered the border, he covered Derek Chauvin, and it reminded you of what we had with President Trump. Here's since we're talking about the vaccines, and we'll continue on with a little bit of the vaccines. I'm still in the vaccine hesitant pile. I'm not 100% no, but I am hold on a little bit. We'll see how it goes. I don't know that there's been plenty of people, surrounding me in the world that have gotten the vaccine and been, both vaccines. No one that I know got the Johnson & Johnson, just the one and done. But of Pfizer and Moderna, and they're fine. They were, down for the count for a few days at most, and then they're fine. But are they fine? I don't know. That's why I'm fine. I don't know. I see where Moderna, I think it is Moderna, that's now asking for, they're trying to come out of the emergency mode of the vaccine. I'm not sure what that really means yet. If that means that they can start charging you and me. If it's available under the Emergency Act, then we get it for free, right? The government says, come and get it. We want everybody to get the vaccine. Everybody come and get the vaccine. We've got California having a huge lottery, win millions of dollars. Ohio winning lotteries, you can win millions of dollars. West Virginia is giving away guns, you can win millions of dollars. Vegas is back 100%. They're open. But over this past weekend, you see the races, the crowds at the races. Vegas is open. We talked about it yesterday. I mean, the pandemic in America is over. I mean, Joe Biden can preach his doom and gloom all he wants, and maybe you can, have a barbecue on the 4th of July with a couple of people in your backyard that have already been vaccinated, and you still have to wear a mask. He can say that crap all he wants, but it's over, man. Americans have had enough. We're done. We don't want the coronavirus. You know what? And we want to know where it came from. And we've got the vaccine now, thanks to Donald Trump, and he'll tell us that it was because of him. In fact, he tells us when he talked to Dick Morris exactly that about the vaccine.
Now, I know you said, and I completely agree with you, that it's the right of every American to decide if they want to be vaccinated or not. But do you think we should require healthcare workers who are exposed to patients to be vaccinated?
Pause this for just a second.
Well,
I mean, Dick, the former president, bro, can you send a satellite truck? Maybe you let Don, sit down in the room and interview him? No. See, I'll be on your show. Give me a phone. Go ahead.
I think we should certainly try and convince him. Look, I'm a big fan of the vaccine. I was the one that got it done in record time, less than 9 months. Everyone said it would take 3 years, 5 years. And it's why people are getting better now. We not only did that, we also ordered billions of dollars worth of it before we even knew if it worked. And that was one of the best bets ever made because they wouldn't have their vaccinations yet. But I think having having workers, at least convincing them to try and do it. Because, I believe in the freedom, I believe in all of that, but the vaccine really has been unbelievably effective, and it's saving this country, it's saving the world. So,
thank you.
Yeah, it's something that hopefully you could convince people to do it. Keeping always freedom in mind, but convince people to do it.
I believe in freedom, but, come on, get the vaccine. I miss him now. I hear him on those interviews. I'm like, come on now. Well, that's the guy. I miss him. It's Donald Trump. That's what we're missing. Now we're not. I know that Joe is busy, trying to pick up little girls in Tulsa with ice cream after he's done speaking. He can't even start the speech in Tulsa before he goes down and chats with the two little white girls in front and says, I want ice cream with you. Mr. White Supremacy is the worst thing in the country. There's no other terrorism. None. Zero is more important or worse on America or a bigger threat to American security than white supremacy. You and I both know that. That guy, I'm going to stop for a second for the vaccine because now I want to talk about Joe Biden again. And you want to talk about a racist old white man. That's him. They put it in his speeches. In his speech yesterday. Again. Don't forget he talked earlier at one point about how the low-income minorities couldn't get the internet, and rural, inner city and rural people didn't know how to get the internet. They couldn't figure it out, and we had to help them out. So yesterday, he's talking about young black entrepreneurs, and he, again, makes them sound like those are the young black people. They don't know what to do. They can't figure it out.
The data shows young black entrepreneurs are just as capable of succeeding given the chance as white entrepreneurs are. But they don't have lawyers. They don't have accountants.
They don't have
They
lawyers.
have great ideas. Does anyone doubt this whole nation would be better off from the investments those people make? And I promise you, that's why I set up
those people make,
National Small Business Administration that's much broader, because they're going to get those loans.
The investment those people make, they don't know how to get lawyers. They don't know how to get accountants. But sure, we like to hear what they have to say. Those young entrepreneurs, those black ones. Sure, we like to hear what they have to say, but they can't figure things out without us. I know I have a live read. I'm about ready to explode on President Joseph Robinette freaking Biden and his racist old man. I can't freaking take it. I can't play that. Give me the father. Give me the father, please. Just save
Daddy
me a little bit.
You can be anything in this world that you want to be, right? Don't Daddy teach you that?
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if you're black or white or any color.
Doesn't matter if you're black, white, brown, yellow. Right?
Black.
And how we treat people is based on who they are and not what color they are.
And if they're nice and smart.
See, this is how children think right here. Critical race theory wants to end that. Not with my children. It's not gonna happen. My baby's gonna know that no matter what she wants to be in life, all she has to do is work hard.
Yeah, but she can't find an attorney.
Work hard, even though you don't know anyone. You can make friends.
Yeah, you can make friends, no matter what color they are. So we need to stop CRT. Period. Point blank. Children do not see skin color, man. They love everybody. If they're good people, they love them.
Amen. Okay, that made me feel better. So if you're trying to sell your home and it's been on the market for a while, you know that the longer your house stays on the market, the harder it is to sell. People drive by and go, ooh, that's been on the market for a long time. Something is wrong with that house. That's why you need someone who's going to take charge and help you through it. And that's where real estate agents I trust come in. It all started because I remember, this is Glenn's company. I remember him trying to sell his house in Connecticut. and it was on the market, I don't know, forever. At least it certainly seemed forever. And finally, somebody came by and threw like an envelope of $30 or $40 on the front yard, and he said, "It's yours," and walked away, just so that he didn't have to deal with it anymore. To save you from that, he created realestateagentsitrust.com. So when you have the kind of agents who work with you, work for you, you can be assured that you're going to be in the hands of a capable team of people and walk you through the selling process and help you through the buying process. Because if you're selling, you're going to have to buy too, right? Those of you that are moving, yeah. Selling and buying, they kind of go together. So realestateagentsitrust.com. The name, really kind of does say it all. Real Estate Agents I Trust. Go to realestateagentsitrust.com, realestateagentsitrust.com, and sell your house or buy your house for the best price. It's easy to say, oh, yeah, Billy will help you sell your house. Well, if Billy isn't part of Real Estate Agents I Trust, he's not going to do that great of a job for you. He doesn't care about you. Really, let's be honest. Billy, he doesn't care about you. But the agent from Real Estate Agents I Trust, he cares about you. Or she. Or they. Or them. I don't know. Whoever they are, however they identify, they care about you. realestateagentsitrust.com, realestateagentsitrust.com. Well, kind of. I mean, the show returns here on the Blaze Television and Radio Network. Jeff Fisher in for Pat today. I was reminded on Twitter that conspiracy theories about Pat's absence. Oh, Pat secretly got the vaccine and has taken him down. That is possible. Although, when I asked if it was COVID yesterday, he said no, but he didn't specifically say, no, it's not COVID. I had the vaccine. I didn't hear that from him. So it's possible. We'll ask him when he comes back if he actually snuck in the vaccine. Because, people go down for the count. My father-in-law was down for the count for a couple of days after both of them. He had the Moderna. My sister-in-law has had one Pfizer, and her second Pfizer's coming up. That might knock her out for the count, because this first one, she was really sick for a couple of days, really bad. And now she blamed it on something else. Okay. All right. Sure. You got it. It's something else. No problem. Don't worry about it. I will say that according to Swank Thing, Trump makes America independent again on multiple fronts. Biden comes in and erases all of that and then further makes America dependent on foreign resources, but they don't want a global government. Stop with your conspiracies. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. I will say, though, that according to this, the difference between Trump and DeSantis is shown in Trump's answer to mandating healthcare workers getting the vaccine. Yeah, that's Trump's freedom of choice with qualifiers. I believe in freedom and that whole freedom thing, but, there's a difference. Maybe this time we just look the other way. That's what got us into trouble in the first place. This whole pandemic was, sure, there's this whole freedom thing, but DeSantis, according, was reminded, that guy is relentless, man. He is not backing down. That guy believes we'll know. He's been taking a hit because of his choice on banning biological males from competing in women's sports. They go after this guy daily. And he puts on a fight, man. He does not take him down. He wants to be president of the United States. And he will be. I think he will be. That guy's a fighter, man.
I got 141 and 2/3 chance of winning. The numbers don't lie.
Thank you. I don't know if you saw the actual outcome of that actual fight that he was talking about, but the numbers did lie. He lost. So that whole rant he does, I hate to bring you down with facts, but that whole rant he did, which was awesome, and it actually didn't work out because when you look at the outcome of the fight that he was talking about, he lost. So the numbers do lie. Just saying. The numbers do lie. All right, we got to talk about new jobs. There's some brand new jobs. I've got a list of 10 new jobs that you should be doing right now if you have the smarts. I mean, if you're smart enough to figure out where to get an attorney, where to get an accountant, you can figure that out if you're white.
Pat Gray.
Use gendered language to address everyone.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. I didn't get the okay out of that. Welcome to Pat Unleashed. Jeff Fisher here for Pat today. Thank you for coming along for the ride today. I know he's unwell. I got it. I'm sorry. He's sick. I talked to him last night, and he was all ready to come in, and then he started hacking and coughing. And it's like, I probably better not. I don't want to subject you to that. Oh, okay, sure. But now we know it's possible that he didn't want to tell me he got the vaccine. And so we'll have to find that out today, if that actually happened. It's kind of hard to get an ID, according to Just Do Muckafudge, the internet, a lawyer, an accountant in the racial jungle, Right? Listen, Joe Biden, President Joseph Robinette Biden, yesterday in Tulsa. It's embarrassing. I want the one where he's talking about not being able to get an attorney or a lawyer. These entrepreneurs, these young
the data
black
shows
African-American entrepreneurs.
young black entrepreneurs are just as capable of succeeding given the chance as white entrepreneurs are.
They are?
But they don't have lawyers. They don't have they don't have accountants. But they have great ideas. Does anyone doubt this whole nation would be better off from the investments those people make? And I promise you, that's why I set up this National Small Business Administration that's much broader, because they're going to get those loans.
I probably shouldn't have played that again, because I really do. It drives me. I want to just, my head to explode. It drives me insane. Does anybody doubt that those people could do that? Does anybody doubt that? And we're the racist ones. We're the racist ones. I mean, if they could find a lawyer or get on the internet, find an accountant, I mean, they could have somebody to tell their ideas to. Oh, man, the world would be a better place. Nobody doubts that. Nobody, but they can't. According to attorney Sidney Powell, who, you remember Sidney was going to unleash the Kraken and is now being sued by Dominion Voting Systems. She was a former attorney for President Trump, although I don't know that she actually, I think officially they distanced themselves from her now and kind of pretend like she wasn't part of their deal. But she had there was a big party in Dallas on Saturday. I was down in Austin. I was out of town. They had a For God and Country Patriot Roundup. Man, do I wish I would have went there. I am so bummed I missed the For God and Country Patriot Roundup. But it featured Lieutenant General Michael Flynn as well, Trump's former national security advisor, and he has claimed widespread voter fraud, as well as Sidney Powell. Now, according to Sidney Powell, there are cases where elections have been overturned. We all know that, but there's never been one at the presidential level. Now, everybody's going to jump to point out that doesn't mean it can't be done. And the audience applauded. Heck yeah. She's ready. She believes that President Trump should just be reinstated. That's it. New inauguration date. We're good to go. Get out of here. If there's been voter fraud, we just reinstate President Trump. Wow. You want to talk about this country on fire? You know what? Yeah, there was voter fraud, and we found it, and Biden didn't get near the 81 million votes. So
I want my damn Trump back.
We're just gonna bring Trump back. It's his. We're gonna just swear him in, and we're done. Holy cow, that would be. You can quote me on this. Not good, but it would be good too. I mean, for the Sidney Powells of the world and Michael Flynn and you and me, the Trump lovers, it would be good too. Well, the country would, man. You want to talk about the country on fire, man? That would put the country on freaking fire. On fire. On fire. So apparently there's jobs and new jobs. If you're busy, if you want to get back to work and you're tired of taking the government handout, I mean, why would you be though? If some states like that damn DeSantis in Florida is telling people to get back to work, hey, taking you off the government dole. What a bastard that guy is, Ron DeSantis. I hate him. I want Florida shut down. Doesn't he know that there's a pandemic and people should be wearing masks? I mean, you want to talk about the pandemic being over? They've got something going on in this very building today. I've seen more people walk by this window today than I've seen in the last year and a half. The pandemic is over, man. There are families and people walking by this. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what they're shooting out in one of the studios down the hall, but people are in this building. There has not been this many people in the building since a year and a half ago. I can't believe the people walking by this window. America, I know that COVID-19 is still out there and nobody wants it. I don't want it. More than half the country has been vaccinated. But it's over, man. We have had enough. Wear your mask. Some of the people walking by had masks. Some of them didn't. Whatever. But people have had enough, man. They are not going to be locked in anymore. No one. They're done. So what? So and that's definitely a reason that our administration now is, switched to climate change and white supremacy, racism. It isn't, we're all doomed and it's living in the darkness. And maybe on July 4th, you can be with two people 6 feet apart in your backyard and have a little get together and we'll celebrate America's independence. I mean, that's gone, man. America really wasn't there then, but they are not there now. That is for sure, man. So if you're living in a state where the leadership is saying, how about you get back to work? Maybe you try some of the top new jobs. According to this list, there's 10 new jobs of the future that are ready to go right now. And some of them are actually really kind of cool looking jobs. One job is a work from home facilitator. That's a good gig right there, man. A work from home facilitator. With the full post-pandemic expectation that remote work remains the norm, companies want to apply lessons learned to optimize the work-from-home experience. Okay, you know what? What you need to do is we're gonna be your facilitator to work from home. We're gonna make sure people, they know that work starts at 8. Work starts at 8, and get up and do your stuff in the morning like you always did. And you need to create a small work space in your home. And that's where you go to work. Right now, I'm a work from home facilitator. I can tell you that right now. And I'd like to tell you more, but I'd have to charge you. So if you don't want to pay my company, I can't tell you anymore. I can't make your company that much better. Fitness commitment counselor. Fitness commitment counselor. Really, that's I just as a side note, I'm not one. Just so you know, I know it's going to come as a surprise to you, but I am not a fitness commitment counselor. I mean, my son is, though, with Better You Performance. No question about it. I mean, that's what people want, that accountability all the time. And my son's company, Better You Performance, that's what he does. I mean, I don't know that he actually calls himself a fitness commitment counselor, but he certainly wouldn't be opposed to it. Smart home design manager. Okay, come on now. This is another gig that, you guys should probably put the speakers here, and so you're able to just whisper into the speaker so you can turn on the lights. You don't have to holler. You don't have to say, turn on the lights, the living room lights. You can just turn on the living room lights, and they turn on. That's a smart home designer. That's somebody helping you out to design your home. These new jobs of the future, man. I'm telling you. One is an XR immersion counselor. An XR immersion counselor. So it gives a way for you to get to the 3D realms of virtual space. They're going to work with technical artists and software engineering training and workforce collaboration that's going to have a rollout of best-in-class for AR and VR. Really, all the games are immersive now, right? I mean, you go inside them, so you might as well have that immersion counselor. You go, what is it, Fortnite? I mean, there you can go live your life in Fortnite. They're having concerts. You're living in cities. You're driving. You're living. I mean, that's where you are. So you might as well have an immersion counselor help you out through your immersion. Are you inside that game now? Step back. Let me know where you're at. I will help you get through it. I mean, these are made up jobs. Workplace environment architect. Isn't that a smart home designer? If you're a work from home facilitator, smart home designer, isn't that a workplace environmental architect? Everything from health screenings to elevator commutes. In the post-pandemic office, architecture is about to go through a major rethink. Oh, okay. So there's not going to be as many people there because you're already dealing with your work from home facilitator. So you're going to need a workplace environment architect. And you know what? That's Joe. He's down the hallway from me. So you might as well pay my company to do both things for you. We'll get the people working from home, and we'll get how do you need to redo your office now that, it's in the post-pandemic world. Wow. That is awesome. These are great. I'm telling you, these are great gigs, man. Okay, so we have, what have I got? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more. We're in the middle of the top 10 new jobs. These are good gigs. I got to tell you about what am I doing? Oh, I'm doing this. Even in today's, even if you're a work from home facilitator, people need their pets, right? And that's where you want your pets to be healthy and strong so that when you're at home and you're not working, oh my gosh, you're playing with your pets. And that's where Rough Greens come in. Rough Greens, the powder you sprinkle on your dog's food. That's how you do it. You just take it and you sprinkle it on your dog's food like that. With that simple act, you're providing your dog with the essential vitamins and minerals and probiotics, omega oils, basically all the things that he or she or whatever your dog identifies at to be healthier and happier and have a more active lifestyle. Now, we're told that some dogs have a tough time getting used to it. I have not seen that. Every dog I've seen with Rough Greens sprinkled on their dog food, they wolf it down. It's incredible. But apparently there's some that, have to question it a little bit. So, we're going to help you out, okay? Rough Greens is going to give you a free bag so your dog can try it out. All you have to do is pay for shipping. Just go to roughgreens.com, roughgreens.com for your free bag and just pay for shipping. And let's get your dog trying it out and see if your dog will actually like it. I will say that I have not seen a dog not like it. It's amazing. Seriously, every dog I've seen with Rough Greens sprinkled on their food, it's gone. It's an amazing product. Roughgreens.com. Roughgreens.com. Oh my gosh, they have a phone number too. 833-ROUGH-DOG. 833-ROUGH-DOG or roughgreens.com.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Okay, so I've got a couple of animal videos that we're going to try to get in here, but I want to get through the new top 10 jobs of the future. Future. So we've gone through work from home facilitator, fitness commitment counselor, smart home design manager, XR immersion counselor, workplace environmental architect. We need an algorithm bias auditor. Online all the time. Lifestyles for work and leisure accelerated. The competitive advantage derived from algorithms by digital firms everywhere. Okay. All right. But now we need someone to scrutinize that data. It's a near certainty that when it comes to how they're built, verification through audits will help ensure the future of the workforce. Okay, if you say so. Data detective. Isn't that the algorithm bias auditor? Isn't that what about, so you can become a data detective? Tonight's episode, algorithm. Tonight's episode, algorithm bias. So data detective remain the fastest growing job in the tech heavy. Yeah, no kidding. The algorithms and automation and AI family. Yeah. I am data detective. Here to save you. There's a cyber calamity forecaster. Wow. Do we need this? I mean, the beef company, JBS, should have had the cyber calamity forecaster ready to go. I bet you the guy that does the negotiating, that Mike Kinder, I bet you this is what he, now part of his business is calamity forecasting. You know, you've got the opportunity. You could be hacked. What you need to do is we need to get with the algorithm bias auditor, and we'll get, this was come to my attention from the data detective. And he's let me know we're gonna have you've got a cyber calamity just around the corner. A Tidewater architect. Okay. The global challenge of climate change and sea level rise will remain an omnipresent challenge. Will it? Will it? Yes, Jeff, it will. Tidewater architects will work with nature, not against it, in some of the biggest civil engineering projects of the 21st century. So instead of saying, we'll build a wall here and the water won't come over it for another 100 years, and then we can build houses behind it, we're going to work with it. And we're just going to say, don't build your house there. Back it up another 50 feet. And that property is going to belong to the state. That's a Tidewater architect, I guarantee. Human machine teaming manager. Oh, nice. I like that, the human machine teaming manager. Pandemic or no, the unceasing rise of the robots in the workplace continues. Yeah, I mean, that's seriously, that's going to be a good job. Human machine teaming manager, because we all are going to be working with or for a robot very soon. I'm telling you. Are you willing to work for a robot? I mean, I just read a big article on how people are going to question authority and question job performance if they have to work for a robot. Are you ready to work for a robot? I mean, for years they did studies that people were okay with robots as long as they knew they were robots, right? But when they tried to be human, they realized, ooh, hey, that's not really a human. That's something, how they answered a question, how they sat down, how they reacted to something. They try to make them as human as possible, but you realize as a human, something's not right. That's not a human. So, I mean, that's becoming, they're getting better and better at that. But even if it's a robot, are you willing to work for it? I mean, we're okay with, the robot wheeling up a drink at the hotel. Thank you for being at the Hilton. And and our drink is on the tray. Or, ding dong, your towel, sir. You ordered more towels from the front desk, and the robot drops it off to you, right? But are you willing to have the robot go, hey, room 203 needs some towels, homeboy? and take that up. You're the robot. You do it. I am your boss. Are you ready for that? You're going to need some help with that, man. And then people are not going to be happy with that. And that's going to happen. That's going to be happening. And you talk about lifespan the other day. We talked about what? You live into 150? And they're saying that's without help. I mean, that's with vitamins and living right and eating right and everything. 150 is going to become between 120 and 150 is going to be regular. No problem. The usual without any help. But you start getting implants, so you become part human, part robot. Now, that's when you start becoming the data detective. But are you working for the human or are you working for the robot? I don't know. I'm just trying to help you out, help you get a job. All right, for you getting off the government dole, you getting the job. That's all I'm here for. All right, try to make you some money here in the future, and we all want that. Otherwise, you're going to be, on the street corner, wishing you were listening to Joe Biden. That's not going to happen, my friend. That is not going to happen because he doesn't care about you. All right, so we have time for a couple of these stupid animal videos. This video, this is apparently a 17-year-old girl in California. Very lucky that she did not get hurt, but it's an incredible video, and it's her attempt to wrestle a bear in California. It's really unbelievable. Okay, so you see, for those of you listening on Blaze Radio, a mother bear and her two cubs is walking along the top of a concrete wall a brick wall. Now the dogs in the backyard come running up. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 or 5 dogs. The bear is swiping at them. The dogs are barking and attacking. The cubs ran away. The mom bear, oh, here comes the girl. And the girl pushes the bear off the top of the fence, gets her dogs out of there, and the bear crawls back up. She pushes him off to the other side of the backyard, and then the bear crawls back up on the fence and goes away, goes after her cubs. I mean, one swipe from Mama's claw, man. That 17-year-old girl is got some damage done, man. Now, I got to tell you, in the backyard of Jeff Fisher, those dogs ain't going to make it. I might say, Fluffy, get back here. Get away from there. Get out of here, bear. Go away. Take your cubs and go away. Doggies, stop barking. But if Mama Bear wants to take a dog for dinner, take that one. Go ahead. It's good. I'm good to go. I'm going to be over here. The way I'm pushing that thing away, that's lucky, man. That girl could have got hurt really bad. Now, it's a great video, and I thank her for doing it. And if it's real, great. I mean, it looks real. But I'm not saying it's CGI or anything. I'm just
questioning?
I am questioning. It's possible. I just want to question. But that's something. I guess, in the heat of the moment, you run up and, you're pushing the bear off the fence and you're trying to save Fluffy. But Fluffy's not going to make it, man. In the Jeff Fisher world, no. Fluffy is not going to make it. Now, the good thing is the little cub bears ran away, right? They got scared and ran away. So the mama bear is trying to get back to her cubs. So she cares more about that than she does attacking the girl. But mama bear against mama bear? I guess the girl could be considered a mama bear protecting her little doggy cubs, right? Human mama bear wins. Take that. They're happy that I wasn't mama bear that day, because if I was, mama bear, like I said, Fluffy ain't going to make it, man. Sorry, take Fluffy, but just go ahead and leave, please. All right, one more animal video to leave you today with, just because it's what the show does. Here's a giant hippo chasing a speedboat in Kenya. Now, I've done a couple of stories about hippos. There's hippo laws, all of it. But I didn't realize that hippos were this fast swimmers. I mean, I don't want this thing chasing me, man. I'm throwing Fluffy off the boat. All right, I'm throwing Fluffy off the boat just to stop the hippo, so the hippo's eating Fluffy. That's not what they eat, by the way. They eat look at this. Look at this. There's hippos, and he's after the boat. No, thank you. You kidding me? What? Now the boat slows down because he's like, oh, here he comes again. The hippo is relentless. It's not stopping. Now, remember, I did the story, one of the Chewing the Fat stories, about the guy that wanted to bring hippos to the U.S. for meat instead of cattle before we started bringing cattle, which, would be cyber-attacked in today's world. But I didn't know hippos could do that. I knew they were, they live in water and they eat food, but I didn't know they could swim like that, man. That's
doing butterfly strokes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm throwing Fluffy off the boat. All right, just stop coming chasing me, Mr. or Mrs. Hippo, whatever you identify as. Anyway, thanks for coming along for the ride today on Pat Unleashed. Of course, you have the Glenn Beck program following your local 4-minute buzz on the Blaze Radio and Television Network. And Hillary will actually give you some news stories.
Pat Gray, only on the Blaze Radio Network.